Good kitty. My whole life, I've always been. Let's do this. What's up, y'all? Welcome to Gracekinz Fitness channel. Today is gonna be a little story time of my fitness journey, how I got where I'm at right now, what I had to go through before we get started. Disclaimer, I cuss a lot. And if you don't like cussing, like just don't even watch my videos. I cuss a lot. That's just how I am. That's just how it is. That's how it's gonna be. So yeah, let's do this. Let's get started. Let's just cut right to it. So my whole life I've always been super small, super skinny, super petite. I was always active, and freshman year of high school, I noticed that my left hand started feeling super weak. It was just slow motion. Like, I'd be on my phone texting and I would watch it just like move in slow motion, which was like interesting to me. I was like, okay, something's going on. In my head I'm like, you know what, maybe it's just like a pinched nerve, like I'm fine. That's why my nose is really stuffy. So then I'm at an amusement park with my friends and I feel it in my left leg. Like, I feel the same shit. It was just feeling weak, numb, like slow motion, moving it, like just putting pressure on it, like I could barely feel it. Freaking out at the amusement park, and I'm like, Mom, my leg feels weird. And later on she told me, like, when I told her that, she was like, oh shit, like something's in her head, like something's wrong. Go to the hospital, take a couple little tests. They do a CT scan and they come back and they're like, yeah, so there's a little spot in your brain. I'm like, what? I was thinking back, like I was fucking clueless. I was so clueless back then. I've been in like 10 years. I'm gonna think I'm clueless right now too, huh? That's crazy. It's crazy. They do an MRI to get like a better look on my brain. It was on the right side of my brain, so that's why it was affecting the left side of my body. After a bunch of tests, they're like, okay, you have a brain tumor. It is benign. Benign meaning it's not cancerous, but where it was located, like it was still really freaking dangerous because it was messing with my motor skills. So yeah, that happened. After that, I just had to go through a bunch of tests. I like lived at the hospital. They had to do so many like blood tests and IVs to the point where I was used to the needle. Like I cannot stand needles. Like that's just really painful, but they were doing it so much to me that like it was normal. Like they did a bunch of tests, they couldn't find out what it was. So they were like, hey, we're gonna do a spinal tap. If y'all wanna know what a spinal tap is, it's painful. So there's fluid in your spine that's also the same fluid in your brain. So they wanted to take out that fluid from my spine, because it's the same as my brain, instead of doing a biopsy, going in, possibly damaging my fucking everything. Like, I wouldn't be the same person if they were to mess up. Like, I probably wouldn't be here if they actually had to do surgery. But, I'm here, so let's be grateful. So they put a needle this fucking long into your spine, and they drain out the fluid. So once they drain out the fluid, you got no fluid up in there, right? So every time I stood up, the fluid would come all the way down and there wouldn't be anything in my head. Not like there ever is. Every time I stood up, I got like the worst headache you could ever think of, like a migraine on fucking steroids, like someone hitting me on the head with a hammer. It was painful to where I couldn't get up for 2 weeks. I had to lay down straight in my bed for 2 whole freaking weeks. Couldn't shower. Felt disgusting. And I had to go to the bathroom. Well, they gave me like this little tub to like go in laying down, and like that just didn't work. I couldn't pee in that position. It just felt weird, right? So I would get up and I would like be walking like this. Literally, like I couldn't let this part come up straight, like it had to still like stay down just so I wouldn't get that headache, because dude, that headache was the worst thing ever. Along with that, being stuck in bed for 2 whole weeks in the summer of your freshman year of high school, I was also going through my first heartbreak. That happened at the same time, so I'm very emotional. So you could imagine. Do you guys like cats? A lot of people don't like cats. I fucking love cats. People who don't like cats just don't understand cats, huh? They're just basic and like dogs. I mean, I love dogs too. I have 2 dogs and 2 cats, so. People just need to be more open-minded about you guys. Look how sweet. Look. Fuck! My first heartbreak, whatever. Not really whatever. I was sad as shit. Like, I was devastated. Like, that on top of having a brain tumor and like going through all those doctor's appointments and like just watching everyone have fun during their summer and I'm just stuck in bed, like, lost my appetite. Yeah, that's how I lost the weight. I can't eat when I'm sad at all. I cannot eat. And my mom would keep bringing me food upstairs and I wouldn't eat. Like, that's how I dropped down to 90 pounds. Like, I wish I had a picture. I was so freaking skinny and small. Like, my back and legs went straight down to each other. Like, no ass. No ass. Not that I cared about that at the time, but like, I was just really freaking small, okay? Skinny, like unhealthy skinny. I think I was like 5'2", 90 pounds. I just remember being 90 pounds, 89. They gave me a bunch of like sedative medications from the hospital to like help with my headaches. And my depression honestly got really bad at one point where I tried to like OD off of all the medication they were giving me. Thank God it didn't work and I just felt super like fucking like, whoa! Yeah, I was just really down, and then I stopped going to school. My mom, oh my god, I forgot about this. Like, she kept fucking waking me up, right? It was getting to the point where she was sick of it because I was doing this every single day. Like, I just would not get up and like would not go to school. And she goes and gets like a bucket of water and just chucks that shit on me. I still remember that. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that gets me hella mad, but I'm still like, fuck this. And then I go lock myself in the bathroom. And I'm like blow drying my fucking clothes and shit. And I'm just like in there crying like a little motherfucker. Since I didn't go to school much, I failed PE. And I ended up getting like a 0.67 GPA that year. I was just like, fuck. I'm not gonna even graduate high school. Like, when am I gonna stop going to the doctors? All of this was just like kind of all at once. Randomly out of nowhere, my tumor just starts shrinking. Oh my god, but I remember one time I was waiting in the doctor's room and all of a sudden like 5 fucking surgeons, brain surgeons, come into the room and like start talking to me. And I didn't even know what was happening. Like, I didn't realize they were talking about like cutting open my fucking skull and going into my brain. Like, this is what I mean by clueless. So my brain tumor just started shrinking randomly on its own. Pretty fucking weird. I started having to go to the doctors less. And I felt like I was finally getting my life back, getting back on track. I started gaining weight again. Well, I kind of just got my appetite back. I didn't really like gain weight, you know? I kind of still stayed like 100, 105. Like, I was still very, very skinny, very small. If you knew me in high school, like, you know, I was like a little thingy. Another thing, I did cheer from 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th grade. When I got diagnosed with the brain tumor, I couldn't cheer anymore. Like, I couldn't do anything. So I remember the whole cheer team came over when I was like in bed, like fucking miserable and shit. And they were all like, oh my god. It was really sweet. But yeah, that was also something that really like put me down. Like, I loved fucking cheering. I fucking loved it. And like not being able to do it, just junior prom was coming. And I also just started playing softball. I got this prom dress, right? Knock it off. Oh my god. Maybe that's why people don't like cats. I had softball practice, right? And then I got this prom dress. And I was like, dude, if I get a fat ass in this prom dress, like, I would look so good. So that was my motivation right there. I was like, you know what? I want my ass like fucking bomb at junior prom. I bring up softball because, excuse me, I think softball is really what helped me get into the gym because I made it like a set schedule. This is what I mean by like healthy habits, creating healthy habits for yourself, because we are creatures of habits. Creatures of habit. Like, that's just how humans function. That's how we work, okay? So I made it a routine, like school, softball practice, gym. I already had my gym bag in my car, like I was ready to go. I just kept forcing myself, like I kept reminding myself, like, dude, I want a fat ass, like I'm tired of fucking looking skinny and small and like a stick, you know? I went not knowing what the fuck I was doing at the gym. Everything I learned was kind of on my own, and like for me watching people and for me like learning from like my brother's friends. So I just started going and just like got on the machine. Oh, you know who was my like biggest inspiration at this point? It was Jen Seltzer. I would stalk the fuck out of Jen Seltzer because she wasn't like super big, but she was like probably the most known for like fitness back then. Oh no! You know what I actually started out? I forgot, before I went to the gym, I started out here at home. Like I started out just doing lunges, and I bought bands, and I would do like lateral squat walks. Oh, I forgot, my mom used to have these like Brazilian butt lift videos, like working on your core, working on your legs. That's how I learned that. Oh my god, I hella forgot about. My memory is shit. And I would take it and like do it in my room, and I would do like the app videos and like the butt stuff, and it was basically just like leg lifts and like glute kickbacks. Yeah, I started with that. Yeah, and then after that, then that's when I started going to the gym. That's how it went. The more that I went, like, the more I just fucking fell in love with it. Like, I was like, this is pretty fun. Like, I always felt so good after the gym too. Like, even to this fucking day, like, I fucking love it, clearly. And then senior year was when, like, people started noticing it. Like, I remember I went to like a football game, and like I wore jeans and a t-shirt, and everyone was like, oh my god, Grace, your ass. And I was like, you see it? Like, really? Don't lie to me. Don't fucking lie to me. I remember that day so clearly because I was so fucking proud of myself that day, and I was like, dude, it's just paying off. But I'll put like a picture somewhere here of my junior prom dress because that shit was beautiful. Like, even now, I'm like, damn, bitch, damn. Like, I look good right here. Strut. After senior year of high school, well, during senior year, I was seeing a lot of results. Like, actually, I could put another picture that was like junior and senior year somewhere here. I believe it was about a year or two after senior year. That's when I was like really into it, and I was like, you know what? I want to try competing. Like, I want to do a bikini competition. It's my time. Bitch, I was looking good. I'll put some pictures of that too. I hope I know how to do this. I was like on top of my game. I did not cheat. I never had a cheat meal. Like, my meals were so consistent. I did freaking 35 minutes of the Stairmaster 5 or 6 times a week. S'mores and tacos and brownies, and I didn't even want it. I was just like, nope, I'm gonna get shredded. I'm gonna do this. I'm determined. Like, I was dedicated to that shit. Then I overtrained, went a little too hard, injured my lower back to the point where, like, I think it was, thinking back now, I think it was like a sciatic I think it was like a sciatic nerve or something. I don't know. Because the pain was so bad, it shot down to my ankles, both of my ankles, from my lower back to my ankles. And it hurt just to drive. It would hurt just to sit like this. It would hurt just to walk. Sneezing, oh my god, sneezing hurt so bad. It hurt really bad. So I couldn't even go to the gym. So I was like 5 weeks out of my prep. I had 5 weeks left until my competition, right, of my prep. I injured myself. Couldn't go to the gym for like a year, basically. It's like 8 to 9 months. So it was a long time for me. And not being able to go into to go to the gym again like that made me fall back deep into some shit. That's actually when I moved from Burbank to here, Chino Hills, and so that was like almost 2 years ago. I hated Chino Hills when I first moved here. Like, I felt like I moved into a new small city where I didn't know anyone. I couldn't go to the gym. I wasn't working. I wasn't going to school. The gym was my escape, and like that not being there really fucked with me a lot. And as soon as I was able to get back into the gym, like, bruh, I've got out of the depression so fast that time just because I was able to go to the gym. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's kind of crazy. That's why I say, like, gym. The gym has honestly saved my life a couple of times. It's hard to do it at first because you're like, this will never work. Like, what the fuck? You think me going to a fucking gym in front of people lifting weights is actually gonna help me? Yeah, it will. It fucking will. First of all, you become healthier physically and mentally. Second of all, I became so fucking confident. Like, I used to be so scared to go on that front row by the mirror with all the dumbbells because of all the people. I was like, dude, I look like I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my god, people are staring at me. Bitch, put your headphones on, blast your favorite fucking song, and just fucking do it. You have to make the unfamiliar familiar and the familiar unfamiliar. Does that make sense? Like the gym. I've never been to the gym before, okay? So it's unfamiliar to me. I need to make the gym that's unfamiliar familiar, and the only way to do that is to go and keep doing it. It's very simple. It's not easy, but it's very simple. And I think you can do it, because if I could do it, like, when I say, like, if I could do it, you could do it, because I was just miserable. I was not happy. I was very insecure. I was a very shy person. Like, but in high school, if there was a presentation, I was not there. Didn't care how much it would mess up my grades. Didn't care what happened. I was not presenting. That's how my head worked. So if that's the kind of person I was, and like I'm able to like do what I do now, that's pretty freaking cool to me. Like, yeah, that's fucking cool. That's fucking cool. Shit. Go Grace. Anyways, that is my fitness journey. That is how I got from 0 to 100 real quick. Just kidding, it was not fucking quick. It was like 5 years. And if you want my guidance, go ahead, check out my website. I did create a booty blasted program. So basically that program is meant to focus on your glutes while toning everywhere else. Just toning, not like super intense, like you're getting big and bulky. I personally went a little bit too hard on my upper body because I freaking just, I still love working like upper body. I love doing shoulders, chest, tris, buys, back. A little too much because my upper body got so freaking big. Because I was doing upper body more than I was doing legs at one point. Like, I just really liked it. But yeah, back to the Booty Blaster program. So it's for you to help you get them glutes, because it's not genetics. It's not fucking like, genetics is where your fat's gonna go and how your muscle's gonna grow. Wherever your fat likes to store, that's based off of your genetics. Where your muscle, like how it wants to form, that's all genetics. But no matter what your genetics are, you can build an ass. You can build whatever you want. You can get a fucking nice ass motherfucking like core, right? Like, you can do whatever you want as long as you put your mind to it. Literally, like, it's that simple. So just fucking do it. Alright, I'm done. I have to close this out, huh? So yeah, so that's my fitness journey. Got any question, comments, any like similarities in my story and your story? Like, let me know. I want to know. I'm gonna read that shit. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. I have a headache, and that just made me really dizzy. Can you see the shred?